We had been wanting to start a family for a long time, and it wasn't happening the regular way. And so my husband and I decided to take the MAPS class and become foster parents to adopt. And we got a call when I was at work. And they called and said, "We have a little girl named Hope." And I was all ready to say, "We'll take her." And I'm like, well, I have to talk to my husband. She had been removed from her biological mom when she was about 3 months old. She came into foster care, and then we got her into our home when she was about 6 months old. My husband and I said, wouldn't it be nice if Hope had a little brother or sister? And it seems like no sooner did we say that I got a call from Albany County saying, the mom just had a baby. And that was Nathan. And so he came into our home when he was about 3 months old. And then almost 2 years to the day, I got a phone call that the mom had had yet another child, and her name was Rose. And God gave me the desire of my heart, which was to have a child from infancy, from birth. And we got her at 2 days old. I learned about FASD, which is fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, when I went to a introduction to FASD training over at our church. And Sandra was doing a thing for people who were interested in helping youth from hard places. And I remember I was sitting there listening, and she's listing off all these primary symptoms of fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, my son has this. And because we didn't have a lot of background on the biological mom, but I'm like, I knew that he was more than ADHD. There was more things going on. And in some ways, everything seemed fine, and then in other ways, there was like gaps. A few years ago, unfortunately, my husband, Doug, passed away suddenly, unexpectedly. And so I've been walking this journey for the last 3.5 years alone. If I didn't have that support group, and if I hadn't taken these trainings, I don't know where I would be. One of the things that I did to help me was that I listened to the Adoption and Foster Care Journey podcast.
In fact, 1 in 20 school-age children in the United States has an FASD.
And it would just be really informative. You'd hear from other foster and adoptive families, you'd hear from professionals, and you start to feel like you're not alone. I didn't get any help from the school or the pediatrician or his therapist, but I really got the most help from this support group and the trainings that I've taken with JFO.